A survey conducted by the National Environment Management Authority on Uganda's wetland cover indicates that wetlands have drastically reduced from 15.5% to 13%, while the forest cover has dwindled to 9%.
You can imagine, from 100 to now only 9% of the forestry cover remain. And unfortunately for Uganda's forestry sector, most of the forests are on private land.
Mawokota is surrounded by many forests. All these forests were put down, care of individuals.
According to environmental experts, this state of affairs puts the country at risk of turning into a desert.
Like in the whole of Western Uganda now, they are suffering prolonged drought. And that prolonged drought will be followed by an El Nino, which El Nino can destroy the crops, can destroy even the road network that the country is putting in place.
During a dialogue on climate change resilience and how climate change issues should be integrated into the national budgets and gender inclusive, the state minister in charge of Environment, Beatrice Anywar, has accused fellow ministers and members of parliament of taking lead in destroying forests and wetlands.
And you find the people who are responsible are people in the leadership. In the leadership, including members of parliament and ministers, the big fish. And people want to hear how the big fish are being caught. They have been hiding behind the issue of saying that it is orders from above. We must have all the degraders in the wetlands, in the forests, evicted. We are cancelling titles in the wetland, in the rivers, in the forests.
Anywar, who declined to name the ministers, said she has prepared a list and she will hand it to the president, who will deal with them directly.
Of the untouchable, and sending it to the chief, commander-in-chief.
Without mentioning names, Anywar gave an example of West Nile, where she said several ministers and members of parliament from the region were involved in destroying forest, especially Zoka forest.
West Nile, my brother, if you see the lorries coming from there, every day I have phone calls.
Although there is an environmental police unit, Anywar says she would employ the services of the UPDF to deal with those encroaching on forests and wetlands.
Because I think police will not only fight my war. I need the UPDF. Because most of these are also protected in a big way.
Environmentalists believe climate change problems will also be mitigated if there is a major push for mass public transportation and the standard gauge railway, which is expected to reduce motor vehicle gas emissions by 72%.
Most of the degradation takes place at the watch of our politicians.
Get angry. I'm here to make you get angry. To make Ugandans get angry. The president said this is a war.
They also want government to allocate 1.6% of its annual budget towards mitigating the effects of climate change.
Tilting the budget architecture to put more money in the environment sector, because without the environment, this country cannot float.
Plastic bottles mixed with the sand make very good tiles and pavers. Actually, those pavers don't even break.
Jingo Francis, NTV.